morning. Happy Sunday. I was going to go and get a newspaper in a minute because I like to get one on a Sunday. Do the crossword. I want to talk about the difficulty of forming relationships and why this can happen. Because it is a common issue, isn't it? That to maintain relationships, friendships, romantic relationships are quite difficult for us, sometimes almost impossible. So there's going to be many factors involved with that one. The fact that often, because of how we feel, social opportunities are limited. A lot of things that are kind of like out there there's a lot of things to do with neurotypicals, and the difficulty we have with them is that they communicate in a different way than we do. So fitting into that isn't as easy. I mean, obviously, like I say with everything, it's not everyone, so everybody's got different things. This might not be you, but I do quite a bit of that, and I still have great difficulty in connecting, unless, of course, often the other person is autistic or neurodiverse or might have PTSD, because I seem to connect with some people who've had those past issues. They seem to be on the same level as me, because I've had some people say to me, well, am I autistic then? And I said, I don't know. I say, well, have you had you might be. Well, have you had any past traumas? And I go, oh yeah, I have. And I went, oh, okay, that could be it then. Because we have a different way. My brain just seems to think in a different way, although I do like the way our brains think. I really like the way our brains think. So, yeah, we're going to have that difficulty. I don't want you to feel that you're alone with that, because you're not. It is one of our issues. This is why I like to try and get autistics together as a group as much as possible. It's difficult for us as well, because that sort of thing is difficult for us. It is a challenge. So, say I know within this area where I am, there's quite a few different social groups, but the challenge is, although we want to do it, the challenges are the travelling there, the anticipation of beforehand, the anxiety, and often we'll bail beforehand. Not everyone's like this, obviously, people are different, but this is quite a common pattern I've noticed. We don't really know some days how we're going to be on that day. So if we've had a lot of anxiety the day before, then we probably won't feel we're capable of coping with the social interaction. And also because of past rejections of trying to go into social groups and social situations with neurotypicals, we will have those as past traumas often in our heads, and we're scared it's going to repeat itself. And hopefully, if ever you do manage to get into a social situation with autistics, neurodiverse, you can start mending and fixing that fear a bit, because you might find someone you link with. What I ended up doing a few years back was many different things, many different courses and things like that, to try and better my social skills, because I noticed it was so hard. And I would say, I noticed, say, about 3 people and all those things I connected with. And they were the kind of people immediately I was like, I don't know if you've ever noticed that when you meet someone neurodiverse and autistic. For some of us, we just go boom, connected. When whether they know it or not. I think, that's somebody I can talk to. So, and they have a different method of, I find neurotypics have a different method of communication, which isn't one that we can relate to. So it makes it quite hard, and they can't relate to our communication either. Um, so it's, I think often I've found neurotypicals will keep things, I know they're not all the same, and some are other ways, but I noticed that they keep things on a surface sort of level. So it's all surface, it's, while we will go deep into subjects often. And I think this is a difficulty because we find it quite hard to stay on the surface, while neurotypicals find it hard to go deeper. Unless, of course, they've built trust and you've been speaking with them all evening, and then at some point, maybe in the future, they would. But often they'll feel uncomfortable with that. So, whereas we don't. And I often get people opening up to me when they wouldn't normally. Probably because that's the way we portray ourselves. Yeah, so it is a challenge for us socially, and how to get together. And then there comes the being isolated. And then it's kind of like a rock and a hard place because we don't get the opportunity to learn how to have conversations, how to communicate, and we can end up stuck in our worlds more. And also, there's the thought of the fact that this, when we get, well, I know when I get anyway anxious, I'll do some anxiety kind of tics that, um, do I want to show neurotypicals that? Some would understand it, I've found, but some might not. So, also, we shouldn't really care. And I think, my mind, one day it won't matter. I think I think things will improve a lot. Um, because I kind of feel like being autistic is quite cool. So, yeah. All right. I'll leave you to your Sunday.